One of the biggest elements of manhood, success, warriorhood, all of these things that is either overlooked or only vaguely referred to or thought about is going to be brotherhood. Number one, it is very difficult to create a monument with just two hands. Anybody who's created hyper levels of success has a team around them. Even individuals in this YouTube stuff, for instance. Actually, we can use YouTube twice. So, creators, content creators, when they start out, they're doing everything on their own. And then at some point, they get to a point where they're like, okay, I need help. And if they get big enough and they're making enough money and they got their hands into enough things all of a sudden, then they got to start hiring and bringing people on. So they're only able to do so much by themselves before eventually they have to start bringing on a team. Now, if they're just still doing the one thing, just content creation, maybe it's going to be a lot easier. And there could be a few that are still doing everything from A to Z by themselves. But I'm going to venture to say that the majority of individuals that have reached a certain threshold of success are probably surrounded by a team by that point. At that point, there's going to come a point where they recognize, number one, they need to start doing other things. They need to add on to the level of success that they're building, and that they're going to need a team in order to keep up and to create higher levels of quality. That's one. Another element that I'm not exactly sure that you guys are aware of, I don't know the full spectrum or the full details or any of that, but I do know that the guys that created PayPal, there was like 20 something dudes, 25 dudes maybe, that all lived in one house, I believe. Elon Musk is the most popular and well known of these individuals. That is not, there's 20 something of them. All of them have gone on to be very successful and to do other things. And a number of them are billionaires. The two guys that created YouTube, if I understand correctly, are part of that group. Now, that was a group of individuals that came together and they were building together and they were making something. Not only did they make the one thing that they made together, but then they had the ability to build off on top of that and then create other things, other monumental things. YouTube being one for sure. But when most people think of brotherhood, they're like, yeah, me and so and so and so and so and so and so. Yeah, we got a brotherhood. Nah. If your guys' concept of a brotherhood is, we go out and drinking together, we party together, we're getting bitches together, we play video games online, we talk about the stupidest of shit, but that's a brotherhood. No, that is not a fucking brotherhood. When you think in terms of brotherhood, you have to actually think in terms of a family that actually gives one fuck about their name and then having siblings inside of that family. That's a better way to look at it. So if you've ever met a family or if you come from a family, and oftentimes minority families are very much like this, the last name means fucking something. So when someone does something to embarrass the family, motherfuckers are mad about that. If a brother was, especially an older brother, was embarrassed by something that one of his brothers did, that he felt that embarrassed the family name and then therefore embarrassed him, like at school, in the world, it doesn't matter. Oh man, he's gonna hold him accountable to that. That is a brotherhood. A brotherhood is somebody who they want you to succeed. It'll be good for them if you succeed as well, but it's also because they want to see you succeed. So a brotherhood is people that are going to hold you accountable. They're going to make sure you're taking care of your responsibilities. They don't want you to go out and do the dumb shit, and they're not going to go out and do dumb shit with you because they need you to be a successful person. Now, going out and having fun every once in a while is not what I'm talking about. A brotherhood is people that are going to hold you accountable. That's a brotherhood. A brotherhood is are people that are going to help you develop. That is a brotherhood. They want to see you succeed. That is a brotherhood. It's iron sharpens iron. They're going to do everything that they can to help you succeed so that you can help them succeed. A brotherhood is people that lean on each other. They're there for one another. If you can't trust your woman, your kids, your money, your belongings around your homeboy, that's not your brother. That is not your brother. Now I come from an environment where everything is like, bitches, they ain't nothing. Fuck bitches. They only cared about like, can they leave guns, money, drugs, stuff like that. But the truth is, your girl should also be a part of that. These are people that that if something was going down and hey man, you're in a different fucking state and something went wrong, bro. Hey, can you go pick up my mom? Yeah, bro, I'm on my way. I got you. That's your brother. Your brother is the guy that's like, he calls you and is like, oh, what have you been? Man, we ain't talked in a couple weeks. What you been up to? Just kicking it, and I got this new game, and I've been talking to this chick, and I went out a couple times. Man, your real brother is gonna be like, that. What the fuck are you doing? What have you done that's been productive to help you move forward in life, to help your family move forward in life? I love the way I believe it's Jim Rohn. He said that he asked this woman. Now, I don't know the full spectrum of the conversation, but I do know that he supposedly asked this waitress, have you found the opportunity that's going to help support you and your family into the future? She said, no. He said, can I ask you a second question? She was like, sure. Are you looking for it? Now, that's a strong fucking concept because most people will say no to the first one and will still say no to the second one because they ain't doing shit with their lives. But your brothers, your real brothers, they're never going to allow you to be that person. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? I don't really have an idea. Well, that's cool. If you ain't got an idea right now, we're working on some things. You can come work on that with us. But no matter what you're doing, you should be working. You should be reading. You should be learning. You should be studying. You should be doing something new. You should be getting things done. You need to be a fucking man and start working towards building something because that's what men do. You build something. And a real brotherhood, those are going to be the individuals that are making sure that you're staying on your path and that you're moving forward and getting things done. They're also going to be the ones that are going to help you get those things done. They're going to be the people that you can fucking count on supporting you when you need to get things done. I've been part of multiple different styles of brotherhood in my life. Gang brotherhood, there's some people that, there's a lot of individuals from the gang world that will have true levels of brotherhood through and through from when it's good to when it's super bad. There are some. But a lot of times in that life, the brotherhood only lasts for as long as you guys are there and visible inside one another's life. So when you go to prison, it's a little bit different because you guys now know what it's like on the opposite side for people and life to move on without you. So a lot of time, and now you're really, small group against this, trapped inside this very small world with a lot of other groups. So you guys got to band together a lot stronger. So a lot of times that brotherhood is going to be a lot stronger. The problem is when you get out, life takes off again. And so those people move on as well. That happens as well. But I've also been part of brotherhood. I have two people right now that have been loyal to me for over 20 years. Over 20 years. They've been loyal to me. One is, man, even now, I probably have a text in my phone from today, probably. Hey, man, what do we got going on? Can I help with this? Can I help with that? What are we going to do? I got a little bit of extra money. What can I put it towards? He wants to be involved because, one, he recognizes everything that I've achieved in the past, and we've worked together on many different projects. But he's been loyal to me for all this time. When I was in prison, I stopped selling drugs early in my prison career, recognizing that if I couldn't stop selling drugs while I was in prison, when I got out, I was just going to go right back to what I know because it makes it easy, right? So I stopped doing it while I was in there. But I did not stop hustling. I may not have been breaking laws, but I was breaking rules. So I was doing a lot of different hustling. In order to turn your hustles in there into money, oftentimes you're going to have to do what's called a street to street. So those individuals that owe you money or buying whatever they're buying from you or whatever it is, they have their people send money to your people on the streets. So there's no record of the transaction inside the prison system at all. So their people aren't putting money on your books, or you don't got some random strange person putting money on your books randomly. Man, my boy he was the one. I mean, all that time, man, a lot of money went into his hands. A lot of money, especially for somebody who's in prison. But a lot of money was going through his hands. And I would even tell him when I would be like, hey, man, send this much to my mom, do this with this much, do this with this much, and then send me the rest. Because they charge your family to put money on your books. Prison is just a money-making racket, guys. I know, conservatives are like, throw them under the bus or throw them under the prison and never let them out. Great. But prison is it's an industrial complex. They make money on motherfuckers left and right. Anyways, I would tell him, man, hey, use the money to send me the money. He never did that. Man, he made sure that I got every single penny and applied it to whatever I asked him to apply it to, and then whatever was left, he sent to me, and he used his own money to do that every single time. Every single time. This is somebody that I know I have no problems with. Before I went to prison, man, I left a fuck ton of money in this dude's care. Because when you have a lot of money, I mean, in that lifestyle, you can't put it in a bank. Number one, and having it in your house or in one of your stash houses or anything like that is just a very bad idea. I left it in my boy's care. He wouldn't even take out the money to pay some bills or something. I'd be like, hey, bro, reach in there, grab a couple thousand, use it for this. He'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'd have to fucking take my ass all the way over there, get the money out, and give him the money and be like, this is yours. I know I can trust this man with anything. I know I can trust him with anything. Not only that, I mean, and so therefore, my loyalty to him is that it cannot be broken. Under no circumstances would I ever be disloyal to this man because he's never shown me any disloyalty. 20 something years. But not only that, if I'm fucking around, if I'm not getting shit done, if I'm not building something, man, he would tell me, man, I'm kind of disappointed in you. I thought you were gonna come out, and I thought you were gonna be, man, we've been waiting on you all this time. He would tell me that he's disappointed. Oh man, I thought you ain't got that done yet. Well, I was working on it, but then I started, playing video games. I was kicking it. I was going outside. I was doing whatever. He would express his disappointment in me. Elia, in the editor that you guys sometimes hear or see on these videos, he would do the same thing. I also got a homeboy he's building his own company right now, doing very well, already valued at well over $1 million. Same thing. We talk to each other once a month or once every few weeks or whatever. Man, if he called me and he was like, what have you gotten done? And I didn't have a good enough answer, the hammer is going to come down. Not only that, when you have good men around you, a good man is not going to allow you to make the dumbest fucking mistakes. One, let's say you were going to do something that's going to get you put in prison. Man, a good man is not going to be like, yeah, let's do that. He'll be like, hell no, that is a dumbass idea. I understand you're upset or whatever the case, man. Well, let's talk about this. Let's do this. As long as a serious transgression hasn't happened. Obviously, if somebody harmed your mother or something, no, that motherfucker better load up. We're about to go get this done. Or take care of my family while I'm in there, but I'm about to go handle this. For good men, we all recognize how hard it is to find a good woman. My boy that I was just talking to, both of those guys actually, have very good women. Let's say they came to me and they were like, man, I think I'm going to leave my girl. Okay. Number one, was there some sort of betrayal? Nah, it's just, man, this, and this. Let me tell you something right here, right now. Bro, you are not about to replace that woman very easily. That is not going to happen. She is not that replaceable. Because most of these bitches out here are just hoes. And I'm proud of it. Oh, yeah, I used to sleep around all the time. No. You didn't used to. That's just who you are. You may not do it as actively as much anymore, but you didn't just stop that habit. And even if you did it doesn't matter. 20 bodies later, 25 bodies later, nobody gives a fuck. It's already too late. If you wreck the car, you wreck the car. But you're not going to replace that woman. Man, you need to figure out what's going on. You need to go home. You need to talk to that girl. You need to figure this out. And you need to put that shit back together. That's what a real man is going to tell another real man that's in a real brotherhood. Now, if she wasn't worth him in the beginning, then of course you're going to be like, yeah, you never should have been in this relationship. Fuck that bitch. Let's go. You know what I mean? You need help packing up your shit? Here, I'll go get it. You stay here. I'm going to go get your shit. But because they're going to help you make the better decisions for yourself that you can't always make for yourself. That's going to happen. That's what a brotherhood is. Brotherhood is going to be something that is very, 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 very important, but most people only talk about it in a very vague way. Now, I know I didn't give the greatest definition. I'm just giving an overview or a large look inside of what a brotherhood basically is. But it should be some people that you can trust, that will be there for you, that will help push you forward, that will hold you accountable and responsible when you're not being productive or when you're not building something. These are not going to be individuals that are going to support you when you're making stupid ass decisions, whether it's drinking, partying, playing video games, leaving a good woman, any of this dumb ass shit. They're going to be there for you, but they're also going to hold you accountable. That's a brotherhood. You guys need a brotherhood. It's a very important part of manhood. It is a very important part of warriorhood. It's going to be a really big important part of creating a successful business. Brotherhood. I suggest you guys figure out what that really is. Good luck.